Welcome back to another garden benchtop tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to be looking at cleaning up some seedlings for the new aeroponics system that we received. So just to briefly explain what we're doing, I've picked up this strawberry plant from my local nursery and I'm going to be transferring this into my soilless aeroponics system. Now there's a few steps that we need to do here because obviously, as you can see, these seedlings have been grown in soil. This is a tomato plant which I discovered was growing in an abandoned worm farm. Hey guys, I just wanted to quickly show you this little discovery I made. This here is an old worm farm that I made a few years ago, and as you can see it got attacked by a rat, and our rat actually got in and decimated our worm farm population. So it's just been sitting here collecting dust, and I came out to do a bit of gardening, and look, lo and behold, there's a little tomato plant growing from the remains. Let's have a quick look inside. So obviously this is all worm castings, old worm castings, but it's held its nutritional value because we've got a few tomato plants growing and even a few other seedlings in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take these baby tomato seedlings out and then put them into our new air garden. Obviously this tomato plant has been growing in worm castings, so neither of these two plants are used to growing in a soilless system, which is the aeroponic system. So we're going to have to do a bit of a transition phase from soil, get them used to a water-based system with some nutrients, and then transition them into the aeroponic system. So the first step that we're going to have to do is clean these seedlings up. Now to do that, we're going to have to clean and wash all the soil away from their roots and expose the roots so that we can put them into these baskets with some hydrogen balls or LECA balls, and we'll put them into a nutrient solution. So we need to carefully remove the plants and try and get as much of the soil away from their roots without damaging the roots, of course. See all these little spindly little ones there? That's fine to get rid of. We're after the main thick roots. There we go. Starting to see them come through now. Okay, you can start to see the thicker roots coming out. These are the ones that we need, and they will grow through these net cuts, through the holes, and into the aeroponic system. There's a root that we want to try and maintain. See how it's thicker than the others? This one here. Okay, so I'm going to leave that one for now. And we're going to do the same for these little tomato plant seedlings. Now these are delicate, so just pick it up carefully. And because the worm castings are so loamy, meaning loose, there's not much soil or worm castings attached to them. So these ones are actually easier to clean up, and that's it. Okay, I'm going to give these a rinse under water and I'll be back. So I've given these seedlings a rinse under the water. You can see here are the tomato seedlings. I've gotten rid of most of the soil or worm castings that was attached. And here is the strawberry plant. You can see we had to get rid of quite a bit of the root mass because it was just clinging onto too much loose soil. So the main thing is to keep these thick fibrous roots here, and all this thinner stuff really you can get rid of. But we had to anyway because it's not going to fit into our cup. Okay, so the next step is to try and get these into here with some LECA balls. What we need to do is maneuver these into the net baskets so that the roots are protruding out and can collect the nutrient mist. See how I'm starting to help the roots protrude out? Once we have our seedling in, we can fill the basket up with these LECA balls which have been pre-soaked. and that will stabilize the plant. The LECA balls also help to retain the moisture for the roots and also with the aeration. And there we go, ready to be inserted into our air garden. Here's some of the tomato ones I've done earlier. You can see this one was a bit easier to put with the LECA balls, and I've tried to get the roots protruding out the bottom. And again for this one. So what we're going to do now is leave these in a tray full of water so that it can get used to surviving with only water and without soil. Okay, so now that our seedlings are in our baskets with the LECA balls, what I'm going to do is place them in a tray of water, and I've doubled up the baskets just to protect the roots so that they don't get damaged. There we go. We're going to leave these seedlings in here for about 3 to 5 days, just so they can get used to living soilless. And you just need to keep the water topped up to a level where the roots are receiving the water and are able to absorb it for the plant. We'll be putting some nutrients in here, only at half strength, just so it also helps in the transition from a soil medium to a soilless system. If you found this video helpful, it'd be great if you could give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you can watch more interesting tutorials in the future. Thanks, and happy gardening!